No. Oh, look. Beautiful blue sky this morning. We woke up, there's a beautiful sky. It's rained so much in the last few weeks that we've hardly been able to get outside at all. And finally we've got this sensational blue sunny day. I've got sunburn. So I thought, fantastic, I've been waiting to get over to our property. Because apparently Katut said not only are the weeds growing higher and higher, he saw a deadly snake at our place yesterday hiding in amongst the long grass. So we've got to go over. We actually went and bought ourselves like a little backpack spray pump. And I've got a litre of concentrated Roundup under the seat that I bought over from Bunnings in Australia. So we're ready to get in there, and I've been waiting for probably 2 months to get onto the property when it's dry and try and do it. And on the way to Katut's, or on the way to our place, we're looking up. It's absolute shitstorm straight ahead. We are going to get, we didn't even bother bringing a raincoat today. So look, I'll drop all this stuff off. What? I nearly got run over. I'll drop all this stuff off and then I'll have a bit of a chat while it's raining, and let you know what we've been doing. There's a million things been happening, and yeah, I'll tell you when we get there. I reckon I'll probably be a bit more wet than I am now. Talk to you soon. Well, if you're gathering by the bright blue sunny sky, it's another day, because it didn't work out the other day. I tell you just can't get this weather. One minute it's looking good, next minute it's terrible. But so finally made it back to our block. Haven't been here for a little bit, and I've come here armed with some Roundup. Now, we managed to get this from Bunnings when I was over there, and if you want to know where our place starts, it's right here at the end of the road where all of these all these bushes are. There we go. I like to say I'm familiar at doing this, but oh, that's a bit better. See how we go now. Oh, a bit more pressure. Oh, that's the go. There it is. Now I imagine this is going to be an ongoing problem, not only because everything grows so damn quick over here, but also because of the amount of rain we're having at the moment. The plants are in a massive growth spurt, and it's only been 6 weeks or so since we did the dozer down the bottom, and already the grass is quite thick down the bottom, so I'll poison that off so we get to the top. And now we'll go around the bottom. Well, while I'm heading down there, let's fill you in on what we've been up to. It's been a hectic start to 2025. Get the bad news out of the way. Not bad news, but it's been a bit of a pain. Fee's been having some aches and pains in places that it shouldn't be. So we weren't sure if it was something like a hernia, or they even thought it could have been kidney stones or gallstones or something. So she's been in and out of hospital. Shut up, dog. She's been in and out of hospital a couple of times trying to locate the source of the drama. As yet they haven't found it, but she's got to go back again and see what they can find. So that's just slowed her down a bit. I've also been pretty crooked too, and got a bad ulcer on my leg. And funny enough, so did a couple of other friends of mine, including Billy and Alan. Now, I think what it's from is actually I think it's from when we had the big floods and all the sewage that was coming up through the groundwater, because we've all got sores on our legs that just turned really, really bad really quickly. And my guess is that contaminated groundwater has just sort of helped to combine a bit of a lethal cocktail. So poor old Al, he's been on antibiotics and some pretty strong antibiotic ointment to try to get his foot under control. Billy's got, his leg was just blowing up like a golf ball, and my leg was pretty red and sore and very touchy and angry for a while, Came good with antibiotics. Still waiting on Al, but he's a bit older and a bit slower. So that's been a bit of a pain. But by and large, I haven't got to do a lot of vlogs, and it's not because we've been too sick or too crazy. It's actually because we've been so incredibly busy helping up at the ashram, which is up in Singaraja, but basically the furthest north you could go in Bali from where we are in Denpasar, and it's a good, geez, it's a 3.5-hour journey at least to get there, and it can be a 3.5-hour journey to get back through Denpasar, so it can take you a whole day just to get there and a whole day to get back, pretty much. Long way, and it's slow going once we're there, because equipment and supplies and that is a little bit compromised. So just to give you a quick fill you in on what's going on up there, that's the same school or the same place that we had the donations of the chairs and tables recently, just before Christmas, and that was for the 80 odd kids that go to that school that were doing their end of year exams on the floor, lying down on mats, and all their classes and that's lessons were just sitting on the floor, or putting a little table on their lap or something. So we put the call out, and within pretty much 24 hours we had 50 chairs and tables donated. A massive thanks to Chris and Crystal for matching every donation we got with an equal one, so we were able to get enough chairs and tables to do the whole school. It was huge, and we're so grateful and so proud of you guys for helping us to do that, because it was very impromptu, and it just turned around one night. Chris and Crystal made the offer and said, if you want chairs and tables to the school, we're going to help. So we had to get some chairs in to test them to make sure they were good quality, because you can buy a lot of shit quality over here. We found some that were good. We ordered them in, took a while, and then we delivered them up a few weeks ago. The kids just loved them. They just went crazy. So we did that. That was magic. And the ashram is going well. The school is flourishing. The kids are just going so fantastic. And the next thing is, the school that we've been looking after for the last 2.5, nearly probably 3.5 years, at Dunia Bintang up in Uluwatu. For those who don't know, we had a massive donation from one of our sponsors called Yarran Property Group in West Australia, who have a product over here in Bali called Lease for Life. They came up and saw what we were doing. They've been over here in Bali without having a business presence. They've been over here as volunteers or as a benevolent fund, helping lots and lots of charities in Bali for years, and they saw what we're doing online, and they said, we'd love to come and help Muzza and team help with Bali Donate. So they went up to Dunia Bintang, saw that what the school was up to, and decided that they were going to contribute towards our build a classroom. So much so that we managed to be able to build 2 classrooms. They're just about finished, and we've got an opening in a couple of weeks. So that's going to be on our website very, very soon. Yarran Properties have an incredible portfolio starting over here in Bali, and I can't thank them enough for not only supporting me, but also supporting Bali Donate and the school. So that school now has 3 new classrooms with the help of Damo as well. It's got the big toilet block, all the paving stones and all the games and the sporting equipment, not to mention the pencil cases and the posters and the drawing equipment and colouring pads and stuff that you guys have brought over. And the sponsorship. We've sponsored almost 200 sponsorships over the last 3 years. So for the first year there was about 30 kids. The second year there was 60 something kids, and this year there's around 100 kids. So all up, that's close to 200 children have been sponsored. And that's put nearly 40,000 Australian dollars into the local community, not just through the school, but also offsetting what the parents would have had to have paid for sponsorship for their child to go to school. Combine that with the classrooms and everything else, that school has had a boost of probably in excess of $80,000 from Bali Donate and from you guys over the last few years, and I'm so proud and so grateful for everything that we've been able to do. The kids, they're so different to the kids at just about any of the schools that we've been going to, because they're seeing so many Westerns come up there to visit. So many sponsors are coming up to meet their kids and to give their kids little special presents and birthday gifts and stuff like that. We're going to do more of that and keep doing it. There's another school that we've just started to sponsor, and that was down at the bottom of the hill in Kadongan, just not far from the Jimbaran fish markets. And that school had just built, they were living in the back of a disused health centre right in the main highway. They've now moved to their own special purpose built school. It's only a little two-bedroom school, or two-classroom school, but they've moved a little bit off the main drag, and now they're running their school. We put air conditioners in those rooms because there was 2 rooms that were absolute sweat boxes. Unfortunately, the air is still so hot under the hot iron roof that the kids are just still sweltering. The air conditioners are making a massive difference. But Paul, I just love you to death, man. You came to the call just when they needed you the most. There's an incredible guy from West Australia who's had a bit to do with Bali Donate in the past. Was over here recently. He heard about what's happening at the school. He offered to donate a ceiling so that we could at least insulate between the sky and the kids, and give the air conditioners a chance to work. And just before he went to go home, he got a phone call late at night with his mum or his neighbours saying, "Hey, listen, I've got some bad news for you. Your house has just burnt down." Now, despite all of that and all the drama and trauma that's caused, he still was on the phone to me this morning saying, "Muzza, I'm coming over in a few weeks. I want to make sure these kids get their ceiling insulated and they can start, certainly once the dry season, the warm weather starts." It's been pretty terrible here, to be honest. This is the wettest season I've ever seen, and a lot of locals say it's one of the wettest they've seen for years and years. So there's like occasional sunny days like today, but it'll be sunny in the morning, just absolutely bucketing down tonight, and I hope it's not going to, because I'm putting some Roundup on there, and it really needs to set fast for a good 12 hours before it gets washed away. So that's about it. We've been flat out busy. I'm really sorry that I haven't got a chance to do many regular vlogs. We are going to get back into it, but to be honest, Bali Donate's just taking so much time, and personal, and as well as other projects are using a lot of my me time up. I did this video the other day, and then the video corrupted and I wasn't able to use it. So I'm back here at my property just up the road from Katut's, hoping that we can get some keep some of these weeds under control. So look, for those who aren't familiar with our little block of dirt, here we are. I've got a bit of a plan for this, and I can sort of hopefully let you in on what our plan is. We own about, it's called 6R, so it's about 600 square metres. It comes down the driveway along this little wall here. We're going to do a little bit of retaining wall. This is just dirt, and even though we've had so much rain, it's actually not too wet down here. It comes across here. Now I've got to be a bit careful, because Katut was down here checking the place out the other day, and he saw a big cobra heading into that bamboo plantation. So I'm going to keep looking and see where I'm going. But until we get all this dirt under control and these weeds, seeing dangerous snakes is it's something that I actually surprised that we didn't see more of before. You can see the retaining wall we've got here. Eventually this is going to be a series of units that goes hopefully in an L shape there, with a bit of a swimming pool in the middle, and probably 2 stories, so it'll go right at the top there. And so we're going to have units on this side that we're hoping to rent out. Bit of a driveway through here, and on this side Fee and I are going to put our forever home if we can. Hey, look, that's the plan. I don't have a lot of money, and I haven't got any money to do any of this until we sell the property that we've got over in New Zealand. But if we can get that on the market and get that sorted, we're going to start building this, because one thing I realise in Bali, you need to have an income. There's only so many things that you can do as an outsider, but I want to try and lock the money away that I get for selling the land in New Zealand into something that's going to provide an income for me and my family for the rest of our lives. So that's the plan. It's not a small little piece of dirt, and it's going to take quite a bit to get it up to scratch. We are going to fill you in on what's going on, and we're going to give you all a journey about what it takes to build here in Bali, not just the nuts and bolts, but also the politics and the fees and the system behind it. Now, just to give you an idea how frustrating it can be to do work over here and to try to build in Bali, we bought the property about 6 months ago. We actually bought it in 2 separate sections. The first section, which is more or less flat, is still going through the tax department. It's something to do with the fact that the previous owner was deceased, and it had moved on down from him to his son through his wife, and blah blah blah. So They haven't actually given us an owner's certificate yet. Until we get that, we can't actually get the boundaries marked out and have this whole place re-pegged out. We had some sort of boundary stakes that showed us where our boundary was, and we sort of know roughly where it is, but I can sort of tell you it starts at that boundary down there, it goes down the ridge. There's a nice little waterfall down that ridge at the moment from all the water coming down there. We'll deal with that and put some plumbing in. It goes down to this little creek down the bottom here. I'm just in Snake Gully, I'll be careful. There's a nice little creek down through there. It comes up along that little, I don't know if you can see that retaining wall, and goes up to the other end. There's a one-way road, a little cul-de-sac up there, and there's a little cutaway in the corner that we don't own. So it's a bit of an L shape, a bit funny shape, but it's big enough to call home. It's right next door to Katut's place. We're up in the northern part of I guess northwestern Canggu, away from the stupidity of the traffic and the crazy part of Canggu. Not too far from the beach, and not too far from town. It's only taken me about 20 minutes to get here from my place in the middle of Denpasar, so that's not too bad given where we are. And nice little rural area. We've got a nice neighbours over there that that are here to keep an eye on us, and they sell beer, which is good, so we'll stay friends with them. And that's about it, guys. So listen, be patient, there's more videos coming. Try to look, the stuff that we're doing up at Singaraja is so repetitive over and over again that it's no point doing the same video because you guys will stop watching. So I've thought better off to do none, get our heads to get a little bit back on our shoulders and get our focus on what we're going to do later on this year. We've got a whole heap of stuff that's coming up. So these things just take time, and in Bali we've got lots of time and sometimes no ability. When it rains every day just like it has been, you just can't get out the front door. So I'll keep going. Thanks for coming, thanks for being a part of the dream. See you when you get here.